I'm ready for you. We live, huh?
Hey man, you already know, man. Hey, this your boys, Rise and Rise Academy. This your boy Kobe Rise and Rise. We got my
Yeah,
man Showtime in the building. You dig?
you know it, you
And we
know it. What's
welcome
up?
back to another show.
Yeah,
Yes, sir, man. How you been doing, man? For real.
real good, man. Everything is real good, man. I'm trying to think, see what I can share, man. We moving, man. We moving, we moving. We on track. We on pace. Keeping God first as always, man. But good things is definitely happening.
Listen,
Get that camera situated, but
I'm
yeah,
with that. Oh yeah,
good
no
things are
doubt, no
definitely
doubt.
happening. Staying productive, picking up some weight, man. I've been telling them. I've been telling them.
Yeah.
We've been sharing a lot, man. We've been sharing that the formula works. The formula
Uh-huh.
works,
I already know.
man. Hey, I'll see y'all in February. I'll see you for a little. My birthday's in February, so that's a little.
Yeah.
That's a little. We'll preview some things, and before we even dive into the show, it's just gonna be a testament of everything that we talk about, man. And this is off the cuff, just thinking about it. Everything we talk about, consistency. We speak about, just having. If you need assistance, come to Rise and Rise. We talk about counting those, monitoring those calories. We talk about
Hmm.
good stuff, good fats. We talk about proteins. We talk about water. We talk about everything, and everything that we've been talking about, man, is just what I've been incorporating. And I'm already, I'm stepping on the scale. I'm like, yo, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and
Yes,
it's just a
sir.
testament of everything that everything that we've been talking about, and some of that stuff we've been trying to help everybody else with. So let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. I got this
Let's
thing I've
get
been
it.
starting, man. Don't whatever your
Let's
goal
get it.
is, I'm coming
Come
in.
on,
I'm
man.
coming in with some fire right off the cuff. Whatever your
Let's
goal is,
go.
man. Whatever it is, we know it's resolutions. Let's start now. Let's start now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
Let's
start
start
now.
now.
Right before
I like
Christmas,
that,
whatever it
man.
is. Let's start now. Instill those
Real
disciplines.
talk.
Even with my shopping, I know it's me being me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely the reason for the season. I'm all about Christ, and just remembering the sacrifices around now. Definitely, man, as you spend it and get those for your loved ones, go ahead and start instilling some of that discipline now with your finances. Insanity is doing the same thing over, expecting different results. How do you normally go into the new
Hmm.
year? After the
Yeah.
holidays. So, just be mindful with all that, with your goals. If it's a fitness goal, go ahead, start a little bit now. Some of the small
Yep.
disciplines. What can you
Come
do
on.
now? So,
I like that, man. I'm gonna come back behind you too, man. Like you actually hit him on the head too, bro. I forget who said this, man, but Simon Sinek, he always said, start with the question why. You dig? And the next thing is to make a conscious decision that this is what you're gonna do for this particular day. Like, and that's really, I think it's more so about being present too, understanding where you want to go long term, and then making that decision to ensure that you are being intentional about your days. So every day you waking up, you already know what you're capable of. All right, my goal is to go ahead and start right now, get this workout in, like Showtime said. If you start now, you need to say it. You need to go ahead and accept that and call that into your life, because there's an energy behind what we do. You dig? You can half it, or you can go all in 100%. You did, to where it's like you ain't got no other choice. I think some of the most successful people, man, like they hit rock bottom to where they can't go no lower. So now all they can do is go up. You dig? And that's a mindset. I don't think necessarily you have to hit rock bottom, but I do think you have to have that mindset to say, I'm gonna take this upon myself to make this a first priority. You dig? And then make sure that you live behind what you say. It's like with ET, man. He was saying that you want to be successful as bad as you want to breathe. I don't know if you ever heard that one before from him. I think that's a real popular segment he has, where the guy, he walked him in the water, and he said he wanted to be some. I forget what he said. I think he wanted to be like a philosopher or something. So he dunked his head up underwater and kept him there. He's struggling up underwater. And as soon as he got up, he started breathing real hard. And the first question the guy asked him, he was like, "Well, what were you thinking about?" He said, "All I was thinking about was breathing." He said, if you want to be a philosopher as bad as you want to breathe, he said, you'll be that. You know what I'm saying? So I and that's clearly an extreme example, but it's the mindset behind to say, look, you got to make sure just as bad as you breathing, just as automatic as it is, set that as that first priority to say, man, look, as much as I'm breathing, I'm thinking about what my goal is. I'm thinking about getting that task checked off the list. That is, I tested this out today. I got so much work done today. It's crazy, bro. I did a lot of work yesterday to where I pushed a lot of work today, and it's crazy because I had a lot of shipments that were supposed to come in later. They all came in today. Most, I'm gonna say like 85% of them came in today, and I was able to get them all knocked out. You
Yeah,
dig? But I
that's
knew
dope.
that was what I had tasked to get done because I said I'm ready for whatever comes because that was my intention. My mindset was on that. I didn't care about anything else. I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't doing none of that. I'm like, yo, let me go ahead and just get this right. And that's with anything, really, man. And Showtime
Exactly.
said it best, man. You start right there. You start right there, and you keep going full full circle in this thing. You dig? So I think that was a heavy statement, man, especially during this time. You dig? Because we got 2023 coming up. This is actually a perfect time to go ahead and set that in
Yeah,
for
that's right.
sure.
Still in those disciplines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big facts, man. That was a good word to start it off. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was
Feel that
perfect.
too, man.
That was right on time, man. And honestly, and to go forward, that's I think it's a good segue, honestly, to go in, as far as the title, we're talking about metabolism.
Hmm.
You dig, and,
Yeah,
and looking at the
metabolism.
the importance of what metabolism is, you know what I'm saying? And I know we always have this thing where we talk about different things and we start with the definition, you dig, of the word, you know what I'm saying? And for most people who really don't know what metabolism is, I'll just kind of give just a brief definition of it. And it's really the chemical processes that occur in a living organism like humans, animals, whatever, in order to maintain life. So an example is like the metabolism of fatty acids in the kidneys, right? But um I go there to say this, I use metabolism, and I'll let you go show because I'm sure we both go through the same thing. I know most people hear, "Oh, you have a slow metabolism, so it's easier for you to gain weight." And then for most people who are more on the leaner side, you'll hear a lot of people say, "Well, they have high metabolism, so it's a lot harder for them to gain weight." So there's two extreme opposites of the spectrum that we're looking at. Because a lot of people, they kind of look at metabolism like, oh, all right, well, this is the reason why I'm not doing this. So a lot of people use that as an excuse a lot of times to say, okay, well, I'm not supposed to be this way. You know what I'm saying? But that from my understanding, what I've used is, since I know I have high metabolism, then I know I actually need to eat different things in order for me to get to a specific goal. You dig? It's just because everybody's so different, right? So I use metabolism to my advantage, and I think everybody really should understand what metabolism is, right? And we'll get into it deeper, but I just wanted to kind of give my experience on it and what I've dealt with it, and obviously the definition. But yeah, so so show what's some of your experience when it comes to metabolism and in your life.
Well, just kind of understanding that definition, I glanced at it too. The chemical process that occurs within a living organism in order to maintain life. So just basically understanding it. Like people always speak about just having that high metabolism and if being really active, and that helping burn or um, burn some of the fat and some of the calories, some of the excess calories. For me, that's how I've experienced metabolism and different things. There's different factors that play into it when it comes to how fast or slow your metabolism is going to be, and different factors as far as like your age. I know they used to tell me all the time when I get older how my metabolism was going to slow down. But I feel like just being as active as I always used to be, I haven't really experienced things like that. So you can kind of control some of those factors as well. But I do understand that naturally certain things happen as you age. With your metabolism, it will slow down. But like I gave a great example for me, I used to be, I was told in like my 20s that as soon as I hit my 30s, different things will happen. And like I said, I haven't experienced it because I've kept that lifestyle, that same lifestyle. So when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
metabolism for me, I do understand that different factors contribute to, and like I said, I think for the most part, just staying active, you'll be able to control it a little bit more and understand a little bit more about your body and your metabolism.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And something that we hear, but I don't think we fully, and honestly, I don't even go over like a full depth of metabolism, right? But I just want people to keep in mind some of the things that what metabolism, does. And a lot of times when we hear metabolism, if you look at the logic behind it, so for ones who actually have high metabolism, it's harder for them to gain weight because they're staying lean. Now, why? And the question is really, why is that? Well, the higher the metabolism, that means more than likely you have more muscle than you have body fat. And so when you have more muscle than you have body fat, uh, essentially that's how you burn more calories. You dig? And so that's how most people can just stay lean like that, because when you have that, you just burn more calories off the rip. And so what I've done was I looked at some of like the top 5 things, and it's pretty interesting. Things like basic interval exercising, like strength, like weight training, body training, different things like this of caliber increase your metabolism naturally. And even eating, just eating alone can increase your metabolism. Not skipping any meals, going through your daily snacks, going through your daily food meals. And I actually know one thing: I snack all the time. I eat, bro. You did say I stay eating it, and I think that's part of the reason too, man. But I also work out. I mean, same thing with you, man. Like you work out. So all these things add to increasing your metabolism, and even sleeping.
Yeah.
Even sleeping, all of that helps when it comes to metabolism, and as far as ways to kind of help speed that process up, right? And I've heard a question on some of the things like, well, what can we do about it? And these are some of the basic stuff. To me, it's basic, right? But to everybody else, it's like, what in the world is going on? Like that's pretty that's just a normal healthy life. You dig? And it led me to see a lot of people just don't work out like that because they're just sitting in the office, they're working from home, they don't want to do anything. You dig? And then they're eating too. So that's what's slowing their metabolism down. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I've been pretty much seeing as far as like the metabolism and different things like that, right? So what some of the stuff you've been seeing as far as like metabolism, and everybody else when it comes to their issues?
Um. Yeah. Like you said, just different things you're eating. Um. Different sleep patterns,
Mm-hmm.
different
That's a
lifestyles.
good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. 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 And you stated, it had me thinking, even with the definition. So everything has that process where the metabolism is either burning, or where the metabolism is either speeded or slowed. Even every organism, even animals, or it
Mm-hmm.
just, the different factors either speed it or slow it. Like we're saying, like I said, sleep patterns, what you're eating, how you're consuming it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you chewing your food? How are you, everything, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's real. That's real. And excuse me. Well, I was gonna say too, man, like it's and it's so basic, man. I didn't realize when you eat, you burn calories. Have you heard that
Yeah,
before?
yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
that's crazy to me, first of all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't realize when you sleep, you burn them. You feel
Yeah,
me?
and
Like,
that's what surprised me. And it's so many different things. And I'm just like, bro, what? But you hear it all the time. We just don't, I guess we don't think about it like that, right? But it's all true. Like I remember like just working out basically, I get sore. You know, when I'm hitting them weights hard, you know how it is, right? If I get a like a really good night's rest, a lot of times when I wake up that next morning, I'm good. Like I feel more energy, you dig, and I'm ready to just tackle on some more. And like when you get a short night's rest, you know, you think you feel okay, but you really haven't gotten that full rest. And it, you know, it makes your entire day just kind of prolonged. You dig? And I don't know, it's just it feels weird. But I also saw this interview where a guy said when you sleep, you burn calories because you're breathing out those calories when you're sleeping. And it was like, I got to get somebody to talk about this, bro, because like that just blows my mind.
Yeah, I hear you. Like he said, for me, that's the only really thing I did with it is just understand the different lifestyle, the different sleep patterns, the different choices. So
Hmm.
definitely, somebody to expound upon it would be great. You feel me?
Hmm.
Because that's all I really heard was, man, in your 30s, And for me, that's another thing. For me, that always stuck with me, and I felt like it would have affected me, but it didn't affect me, surprisingly. And I think a good part of that is just keeping an active lifestyle. My lifestyle hasn't changed. If that's one thing that I could look back on myself and say, as I'm aging, my lifestyle, it hasn't really changed. How I eat. There's been minor adjustments, but not nothing major, no major changes. And I understand my metabolism, and I don't feel like much has changed yet. Even with me, um, I'm a young man, but just as I get older, some of the things I see my peers go through,
Hmm.
that may have changed their lifestyles a little bit. I don't really experience.
Yeah. And I think it's because you live a active lifestyle. You dig? And because I think naturally when we get older, we just become more immobile. And I hate to say it like this, but the more we become immobile, I think that's kind of what starts that deterioration process when it comes to slow metabolism. Because these things don't just happen tomorrow. These things happen kind of like in sequence. Yes, you become immobile. Yes, eat less healthy things. Your body starts to deteriorate. Your metabolism starts to slow down. For men, their testosterone starts to lower if you're not doing any exercise. And these are just different things that happens, right? And then you're at a greater risk for just different blood pressures up and down. You're going to run into a lot of those risks if we're not keeping up with it, because I know some healthy 45-year-olds and 50-year-olds
Yeah.
because they're active, they're doing stuff, and it's the longevity of it. I was talking to one of my guys I work with, and he's up there. He's probably, well, he's like his 50s, right? He's more close to 50 than 60. But his whole life he was a football player. He played football. He did D1 college football. He did real good. He was a DB. So for the most part, I mean, he was in decent shape, right? He could run like 3 miles in like 25 minutes, right? Just crazy, just crazy work, right? And it's easier for him to heal, because like he had recently gotten to an injury, right? Went to the doctors, and they did surgery on him, and surgery went well. After surgery, typically you have to go to physical therapy. Now he's in physical therapy with all ages. He's in there with maybe 3 20-year-olds, but most of them are his age or older. So with his age, they're talking about doing things that are in his age range. Now he's killing the workouts that they're giving him because he's just so used to doing stuff. That's his natural body. So he's able to do stuff at a higher level because of that reason. You dig? And so that's almost like reverse of what they say, because they say a lot of times we lose metabolism because we're getting older. Well, that's not necessarily the case if you're doing certain things, if you're living a certain lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
So it's almost like beating a statistic. Like I know you see it in the movies sometimes where the doctor says, "Oh, you're never gonna walk again." And what do
Mm-hmm.
you see in the movies? This guy, not only does he walk again, the guy starts running again and just start doing crazy stuff, right? And it goes to keeping that lifestyle reservoir. It's almost like your heart too. Like as another example, when you do certain type of workouts, your heart has ventricles, and over time they get, you know, they small, they wither away, but you have a reserve. Long story short, and so the more you do things and have an active lifestyle, you have a bigger reserve in your heart to last you longer. Versus, you know, maybe someone who doesn't really do anything as far as an active lifestyle, you know, drink, smoke, whatever, they don't heal as quickly as you know, as you should, right? But that goes to show the difference of eating the right stuff, having a healthy lifestyle. But all of those things contribute to having a high metabolism, which, long story short, is really just the amount of energy in our bodies on a day-to-day function. And in order for us to live, we need oxygen and energy to keep it moving.
Yeah, yeah, that's real. That's real. And if you're asking, how what do I do if, man, maybe my lifestyle has declined and I feel like my metabolism is slowed
Yeah,
down and a lot of
yeah.
this weight is sitting on me. Start
Mm-hmm.
now. I started with it. That's the new campaign. Start now. Everybody, we always want to wait, you know and pig out and be undisciplined these last few days. Oh, it's almost a new year. No, don't wait for those resolution days. Start now. So go ahead, start instilling those disciplines, all those things that
Mm-hmm.
we spoke about. Go ahead and start now. Nothing personal, but it's personal. We talking about our lives, our personal lives.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So just that story that Kobe mentioned,
Talk that talk.
this guy, closer to 50 in therapy with a bunch of younger men, and still, doing the workouts, being able to do things. Because you mentioned something that I want to highlight, Kobe. You said that lifestyle, and you made me really think. That's
Mm-hmm.
even what drives us as athletes. When you tell us, man, I've been told, nah, he'll never do this, he'll never breathe again, he'll never walk again, he'll never live again. I've been told that. You feel me? So, just go ahead and
Yep.
start now. It's nothing to it but to do it. There was a point where I fell off, and I
Mm-hmm.
realized just the importance of me, establishing this and really making it a lifestyle. This health and wellness for me, it had to be a lifestyle because my life depended on it. I always speak about my why, understanding my why. So I want to be here not only for myself, but because I know God has purposed me here, but for my family as well. So definitely, if you're wondering how can I get this lifestyle to get my metabolism going and get things working a little better for me to start hitting my goals? Don't get discouraged. If that hasn't been your lifestyle thus far, go ahead and make it that your lifestyle from now on. I remember like it was yesterday. I was looking
Mm-hmm.
at pictures, man. This is a true story, Kobe. I was looking at pictures, man, and I had seen just where I had fell off because I, like so many, I was just discouraged, man. I remember going through some things in the military, man. Right after my health issues, I remember not really feeling like I was loved externally, man. I remember just looking at some pictures and just,
Mm-hmm.
I was smaller. I wasn't, like everything. It wasn't nothing clicked. And I remember from that day on, I just said, well, at least I have to be mindful of my health. And from that day on, man, I don't think you rarely catch me not, trying to be mindful of what I'm eating, making sure, I'm exercising. And that's a testament, man, to that metabolism, man. I end with that. That's a testament to that metabolism. I haven't felt some of the issues that I hear my peers here. I'm in my mid 30s. You feel me? Like I don't have any issues, man. And I still want to smoke with anybody, when it comes to just, my
Come
athletic
on.
ability and my God given talent.
You
We
already
hear all the
know.
time. I remember I used to
Yep.
try the old schools all the time. I'm one of them. I won't say, I'm an old school, but just the
So
lifestyle,
that's
man. The
me. I'm on
lifestyle
the
is there, and I
basketball
don't
court.
know. You feel me? You feel me? Like the lifestyle is always gonna be
Yeah.
there. So you know, I'll end with that.
No,
Definitely.
for sure, man. That's huge, bro. And I want to kind of give a takeaway because what you said is real, bro. Mindset, dog. Like just having that go get it. You know what I'm saying? I forget who said it, man, but you gotta have that dog in you. You dig? Like you just, you know what I'm saying? Just not giving up. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it going. Understanding what you need to do, right? once we get to that lane, like you said, you was looking at old pictures and just, thinking about different things. I'll even add one to you, man. Like that'll go a little bit deeper. Stress will lower your metabolism. If we're stressed out, man, you could go into the workouts and everything, but if you're mental, if you're not really in a good place, you're not gonna see no results like that. You won't see no results like that at all, man, because and let me highlight this comment, man. This is dope. Championships are won in the off season. It's never about temporary summer bodies. It's a lifestyle for a lifetime to last the marathon. Big dog. That's big dog talk. Real talk, man. Like having, like you said, going through a stressful situation, that's gonna lower your metabolism. You're not gonna eat right. You're just gonna you're gonna be in a slump. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna stay in bed, try to hide away from the world type of deal, and you won't lose anything. Once I started to build my confidence up and things like that, it's almost like things just started coming naturally, bro. But I couldn't just do it on certain occasions. I had to be this way 24/7. 24/7. And it started with where I was at. It had to start when I got up in the morning, had to start when I went to the bathroom to get ready, put my clothes on, going out to the work world, leaving work, going to the gym. All of that is that mindset. I'm keeping it moving. I'm keeping it pushing and just having that stability. So, I didn't really have a time to stress about stuff. And it was just doing different things like meditation, right? Just understanding knowledge of self, knowing where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? You won't really have time to stress about nothing. My grandma told me that. You know what I'm saying? Recipe, she just, always say, man, I ain't stressed about it. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm not stressing about anything, man. And she lived a great life. You know what I'm saying? Lived well in her 90s. You dig? And there's a reason for that. I just think it's because didn't stress about anything, man. Half the time we didn't even know what was going on because she just didn't stress it. If we can adopt that into our life, and I think a lot of people with wisdom, the elderly and things like that, they really don't stress about anything. Most of the time when you see them, they happy, they loving, they giving. You dig? And this is a lifetime of experience. And that's something that we got to learn as young folks. We can adopt that, carry that with us up until that age. You dig? And I think that's a lot of times how we're starting to live longer, better ways. Because most of the time, if they're living, they're not really living the way they need to be because a lot of them are stressed out. Yeah. They're stressed out, man. So, just that was a big shout out, man. Championships, they won in the offseason, bro. Listen, they won off season, on season, preseason, they all season. You did what I'm saying?
Facts. Champions make it a lifestyle. Yeah. Lifestyle for a lifetime. Yeah.
That's big facts. That's big facts, man. Yeah. Hey, man, this concludes this Rise and Rise podcast, man. Showtime. I appreciate you, big dog, dropping these gems. We're going to get back at it next week. You know what? And it is December, so we only got a couple weeks till Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
God, yeah. That's crazy. Well, no, actually 3 weeks. I'm sorry, 3 weeks. 3 weeks till Christmas. Still, it's going to come quick.
Yeah. You know what I'm excited about? That new year. Make sure whatever your goals are, let's go ahead and start writing them goals down now. Let's go ahead and crush them goals. It's Wednesday this week. I'm going to give you my perspective. This is how I like to do things. Every week is a fresh week to conquer something else. Every week is a week to there you go.
Get that journal, baby.
Write it down. Get that journal. Make sure you set those goals. Okay, so you've been watching these shows Wednesday after Wednesday, and you say, man, I still haven't got started. I still didn't rewatch the last one he was talking about patience. I still didn't watch that. Okay, start now. Start now. It's okay. We're not mad at you. If you need help, the Rise and Rise Fitness Academy, make sure you get that app. Make sure you're reaching out. If you need help tracking what you're eating, make sure you reach out to one of us. If you haven't done it thus far, like I said, we're not mad at you. I like to start fresh on a Monday. Boom, we got a Monday coming up. Go ahead, write them goals down for the rest of this week. Start on Monday. Boom. Get ready. We got a new year coming up. Let's make it. Let's make it. Come on. I'm excited, man. I love this time of year. I love it.
Bro, I don't wrote down so much stuff, man. This is wild. I'll even share some of my goals, right? Well, I wrote these when did I write this? Last year was to complete courses, education courses. The key action was to complete one course at least every week. The next one was to open up the application and do one extra course every week. How will I measure this goal? It was obviously per week. What sacrifices was I willing to make in order to get this goal? I said, I'm willing to sacrifice at least 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day to get this goal accomplished. Realistic. How will this improve my life? This will improve my life by living a full life of abundance, loving who I am, and giving back love with the education that I'm going to be receiving. Milestone, this was completed in 3 months. Dog, and at the end, I always give a reward, bro. Gotta always celebrate these wins. It's a small win, but it's a win. Celebration, man, was to go to daggone Houston. And lo and behold, boy, did I not go to Houston?
There you go. There you go. It works.
Turn it up.
It works.
Rise Academy,
Works.
baby. When we're
It
faced with an
works.
obstacle, baby, what we do.
We rise and rise.
Come on,
Peace.
man. Peace.